open up. You open up.
Welcome to Whole Lotta.
Hi. You always do for my shoulders. Welcome to Whole Lotta. Whole lot of topics.
A lot of gossip.
And a whole lot of fun. So, we see our special guest. Our special guest was here like last year, 2019, early. And he was so controversial. We had so many views that we had him back.
Yeah.
So, welcome. Yes.
It was controversial?
Yeah, a little bit. Just a tad bit controversial. Hey, Mama Bunny. Why call her Mama Bunny? Okay. What does Jazz think of and Zealous?
Right? Yeah, you can call me Jermaine.
Oh, okay. So we got Zealous.
Nice to know.
So we have Jermaine in the building. He decided to come for the whole show, but we got him for the relationship stuff, male perspective and stuff like that. But he's gonna be in for the whole show, chiming in, right?
Yeah, I'll chime in here and there.
Okay. So, what is everybody drinking today? Talk to you first.
I'm drinking wine. Pinot.
Oh, brute.
I like the part. Yeah.
Jermaine, what are you drinking? What are you drinking?
I'm drinking my green machine. It's I don't know if you can see that, but it comes in powder form. It gives you all your greens, your fruits, your fiber, all that good stuff. I'm trying to clean out my system. Huh?
You drinking it at night?
Yeah, I can't drink it during the day because then it goes through my system and then I'll be outside of the house. I don't like having to go when I'm not home. So I play it take at night, and then in the morning I have a good go, and I'm good for the day.
Thank you for sharing. Actually, no, that works really well. Jermaine put me on that.
Did you try it? Yeah, you tried it. Yeah.
It's really good. I'm gonna buy some more. So it's really, really good.
Can you put something in it or no?
Put water and you shake it like
Just water.
No liquor, no.
No. I am drinking Angry Orchard rosé, but I have it in a glass because South America is only ladies have to drink beer in a glass. We don't drink beer out the bottle. Or if I don't drink it out the bottle, I don't care.
Actually, Gail says that.
But you listen to her. You listen to your mom.
Because she's in the back of my head when I'm drinking out of bottle. It's a little weird to hear her voice.
Yeah. So what did everybody do this weekend? Let's recap that quickly. Wait for a couple people to hop on.
Go Jermaine.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't do anything. I've been in the house. I've been quarantined. Just trying to stay out of trouble. Trying to stay healthy. I actually gained weight staying at home. I actually lost weight staying at home. I don't know how that works, but I was 180, and I went to see the doctor last week. I'm at 171.
Oh wow!
All right.
So I'm trying to beef back up.
Did you lose? You lost weight. You probably were cooking. You probably weren't eating fast food.
Yeah, probably. Not being at the job, not eating McDonald's and Chipotle and all that. So that could be what it is.
I think that's what it is.
Happy hour and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Happy hour every day. So
right, buffalo wings.
Yeah, I keep talking about it, but not talking about it. I had COVID and I lost 20 pounds. I'm probably ready to talk about it. I gained back like 7, but I'll probably be ready to talk about it another time. But I did lose weight during quarantine. That's because I had COVID, and I couldn't eat anything too sweet.
Oh, no.
Right. So let's get right into it. I see some people logged on. I don't know who it is yet. Oh, we got some viewers. Hey, y'all. So let's talk about the infamous, because we got a lot of.
But you didn't say what you did this weekend.
Yeah. She thought she was getting away.
No, I didn't do nothing exciting. Some people celebrate their birthdays. My birthday happened to be Wednesday. And on Friday, there was a game night. It was a coincidence game night, and that was fun. And then on Saturday, I went to a cookout. So that was fun. It was regular. I was talking the whole weekend.
Yeah, I wanted you to go, so I didn't have to talk. Yeah.
Right, we were together the whole weekend, right? Basically, but I had a lot of fun. We have a little game night crew. Shout out to the schedule, and we just always like play games and stuff, like things people do in their 30s, very boring stuff. Yeah, but I had fun. I had a lot of fun though. It was a lot. I had a good time. Good time for me in my 30s. Very age appropriate. Good time.
Yeah, enjoy the rest of these 30s.
I know. So yeah, let's get into it. Let's talk about the infamous Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion video. Now the video is whack. That stands for wet.
You said whack?
Whack.
Wow.
Oh, because I was about to agree with you. I'm sorry.
Whatever. We're gonna talk about that. But whack for wet ass feet. So I guess since you said whack, what's your thoughts on the song, video, and all that?
You want to start with me?
I have a question.
We're talking.
I have a question. It stands for wet ass poo poo.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know it was an abbreviation. I thought they were just speaking Cardi B language.
No. That's
No. Okay.
Okay. Well, you have to listen to the unedited version. But yes, you can start since you already started. What do you think about it?
I like the animals in the video. I think that I like how they kind of integrated the outfits with the animals, and it looked like the animals were well trained, and neither one of them got a chunk bitten out their behind. So I credited the producers on keeping the lions and the tigers and the snakes nice and tame.
Okay.
And then that's about where the positive thoughts for the video kind of come to a screeching halt for me.
Okay.
So as a lyricist, it sounds to me like she's writing her own rhymes now because the bars are kind of trash. And I don't want to, I don't like going in and like talking about other MCs like that, but her bar game is, I'm talking about Cardi B, of course. Her bar game is really on the, it's on the. I think she's good. I had never really listened to her before. I think this is like my first time like really listening to any of her music, like her speak. So, I was a little bit more than underimpressed with her. But I think Cardi B is setting back her career with songs like this, especially at this time.
Okay.
I just think that it's not conducive to what the country and the nation is going through at the current moment.
Yeah.
It's kind of distracting from what the narrative is, if you ask me.
Okay, we did. Thank you. Saucy, what's your
my opinion was how you say the symmetry, how you say it,
the lighting, cinematography,
the way that the video was filmed and the colors, and that was really good. I like the song. It's a good bounce your booty song. I mean, I can't expect much. It was good. It's a good party song. I love Megan. Cardi B, I like her. She's okay. I like my girl Normani was in it. I love her. Kylie Jenner, her body, she got the best plastic surgeon in the family. So I want to give her a clap for that. And basically it. Yeah, it was good. It was a good video. Really good video. And they danced, and that was good too. They actually had the rhythm. So that was good. JoJo, since you're like
I'm Just put it in the comment. So so I think it was the bomb. I thought the song was good. I thought the video was bomb. I thought the lyrics were good. I thought it reminded me like Lil Kim. Back in the day, I was doing Mafia all the time.
Know what? That's what I was thinking about. If I thought about it, of course, in the vein of Lil Kim or even Foxy Brown or something like that, then fine. But like I said, it didn't like speak to me as far as what I would enjoy hearing now. It just feels like maybe it was a song that she threw back from like 2 albums ago, and now she needed a hit for this one, a hit single, and it's kind of catchy. and all of that, you know. So maybe that's how they got to push through.
If we could,
It's a clean video, you know.
if we could go to the club, it would be a good club banger.
Yeah, it's a straightforward, straight to the point type track.
I know.
It was really good. And I like the women that they had. I like the, you know, people was mad at Kylie Jenner. I like the fact that whatever, that she was in it. I like all the other women dancing. I thought it was really good. I thought it was like raunchy and ratchet and fun.
Mm.
I watched the video like 10 times. I'm probably gonna watch it again today. It was really good.
I watched it for
3 times. It was okay. It was cool. It was cool. It was cool.
And then they were sexy. They were splitting and gyrating and crotching. It was good to me.
I don't.
But didn't you do like a go ahead.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Oh, real quick.
Didn't you? Okay, I'm listening.
Sorry. So they were talking about how they're not setting an example. I'm so tired of people saying this. Example for our children, our youth. But I would like parents to understand that, you know, you're the first example. I just want to put that out there. I mean, if you don't want no female rapper in my time that I know has set an example for me to be a lady and classy, except for like the Queen Latifahs. We talked about this. But Little Kim and them, so a lot of people was like, she's not setting a good example, which I don't agree with. I feel like if you don't want, you need to set the example. Tell your children not to watch it. I mean, kids are going to watch it, period. But you cannot put that much pressure on a celebrity. I'm sorry. It's not gonna work for me. I'm finished.
But what the question I was gonna ask was, I thought I saw something or I heard something in the media that she kind of was I don't want to say downplaying those types of songs and videos, but she was saying like if people supported more uplifting music from female artists, then they wouldn't have to do songs like that, something like that.
That's kind of true too.
She said, I saw that there was an interview, and she said, if y'all would support more positive female rappers, then we wouldn't have to talk about the vagina. You know what I'm saying?
That's true too. I mean, that's what sells. That's what Little Kim. Well, probably was raunchy, but she didn't get to that level of Kim, Nicki, now Cardi, now Megan. Like these are like the 4 women who made it almost to a pop level. Like, you know, like you got the Queen Lives, you have the Salt and Pepper. Salt and Pepper did really well at, you know, for their time frame. But you think about like take away Salt and Pepper because they have sexy lyrics too. You take away like everyone else, it's like the Brat did. I feel like when you don't sell sex, you gotta be really, really talented and it's still a hinder. Like Funkify went platinum for the Brat. And she had a couple other songs behind, but like the Brat still didn't get to like Little Kim, Nicki Minaj, Cardi B status. So sex is what sells. That's what people want. Like they're not going to listen to the positive stuff. That's what I think.
And I think that even you talk about artists like the Brat, those are like timepieces. So like they hit the iron like when it was hot. It's like that's what everyone wanted to hear at that time. Sort of like that, you know. I'm not saying goofy, but the kind of like innocent, but like type of thing. Yeah. Where you wasn't talking about sex or drugs. You were just talking about getting fly, or you talking about partying, something like that. But sex is always going to be something that is going to be a go-to. Money, you know what I'm saying? Drugs. So that's always a staple in the hip hop community. Which, whether or not whatever side you stand on in terms of that being positive or negative, that's always a staple. You gotta have sex, drugs, money. Yeah. So men, they cater to their male fan base by making them, sort of look at their lifestyle and their riches. Dudes want to be that, and then women want to be, they want to be desired, and so it's sort of like they pitch into the fan, pretty much.
Yeah, I agree. I was gonna say, like, kind of piggybacking on the song, like I grew up listening to all of that. I grew up listening to Lil Kim and Dream Mafia and Big and Pac and all that, and I was not out there wild and stuff like that. So, like, the parents are the foundation. If your parents set up a good foundation, you can listen to any music you want, and you'll be fine. Like, it's really good for your parents. So, any kind of thoughts before we wait? Let's read one comment. Paula Green. I don't know. Hi, Paula. It says they're not role models. The entertainers' parents must keep that in mind and not pass the buck. Yeah. So
I agree.
I like this one. If I had a middle schooler, they could listen to it, not an elementary schooler. not a 5-year-old. You know what I mean? 12, 13, yeah, they can listen to it.
The clean version.
The clean version, yes. But speaking of parents, we got one parent here. We want the parent opinion. So over the week, Zanique, who is Tiny Harris from Escape's daughter, and she got a stepdaughter. She is on this thing called Foxhole. Foxhole is having this this like black thing, and people giving opinions, kind of like us. And they were asking whose sonogram it was, and he was like anybody but Zanique, and it so happened to be Zanique, and it was Zanique. So, how do we feel about? And I do have an opinion. How do we feel about her telling her father, her pop, you know, on camera, live? He was like, "Is it a joke with her mother?" How do we feel about that? But you want to call? You want the father to speak to start?
Why don't we say the dad for last?
Oh, okay. So
I think his opinion was.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah. So you go ahead.
Okay, so I don't think she should have told him that way, but I do understand the fear because T.I. is very hard, and she was scared. Tiny was even scared. She didn't even come into the second segment. So I understand why she did it that way, but I don't think that was appropriate. I mean, you are like his first daughter. You know, she calls him Pop. So I do think it should have been private, period. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, same thing. I feel like she was scared. I thought it was wrong. But it was kind of cute that she was scared. You know, that was like a sweet moment. Maybe it should have been for us. But like she was scared and she was like, Pop, it is mine. Like she really just didn't know how to tell him. So I thought that aspect of it was cute. But it was wrong and it was inappropriate. He was blindsided. You know, he started using his SAT words. You know how he do. I was like, what he said? I don't know. He always uses some SAT word. But yeah. It was like cute because she was afraid. Like that's her dad. She was, you know, afraid of his judgment and stuff, but it was still inappropriate.
Yeah.
So how you feel about that?
I think I appreciate the fact that you guys agree that it was wrong. Yeah. I tried to find something positive about it. I'm trying not to be too wordy, but I think that it was a violation of their relationship personally. Isn't that the girl he took to the gynecologist or something like that?
No.
Oh, okay. But he has a propensity to do that.
That's the oldest, like his stepdaughter, but he raised her. That was his biological daughter. His
biological daughter. Okay. All right. So, but you see, like from the cloth he's cut from, is he's very protective of things that concern him and his family.
Yeah.
And so I think that it was a violation in the sense that, see, and I don't want to like get into all of that, and I'm not trying to be controversial, but you know, he's raising another man's daughter.
That's you.
He's raising another man's daughter. That's stress enough when you think about, you know, how our community deals with family and blended families. You know what I'm saying? I'm in a blended family, so I know that the behind the scenes talk and all of that, you know, comes back to you, and that kind of can be a stress on you psychologically, especially being a public figure and being a very popular public figure and having certain, I would say, controversial things come up in your career. You juggling all that, and the very people that you sleep less than 20, 30 feet from, you can't trust. You know what I'm saying? So his stepdaughter, she violated his trust by, number one, not letting him know what was going on with her and her, you know, her life. I'm not saying that it needs to be like he needs all the details, but I'm raising you. You know what I'm saying? I'm your pop. I understand that it's a scary thing to tell your parent that you're dating a guy. Like, yo, this is my boyfriend. Me and him are dating. That's scary enough. Now y'all entering into intimacy and it's unprotected, and he's painting the walls. You know, that's kind of like you taking that to another level. You know what I mean? And then the fact that his queen knew about it, and she's looking at his face, smiling and going back and forth, and he's not aware at all. So you talk about her not telling, the daughter not telling him, his queen, who he's supposed to have utmost trust for, not telling him, and then you do it on public, like national TV.
Yeah.
He got the red
Yeah, like
face. He trying to be professional. You can see it in his face. He trying to be professional. He trying to come out of pocket like a father should. I don't know what I would have done if I'm on a panel. You got me. You got millions of people watching my reaction, and then they have reaction videos to his reaction. So it's not even just a show.
Yeah.
It like you know what I'm saying? It snowballs into all these other now podcasts and all these other commentators commenting on his reaction. His reaction became it wasn't even about the baby anymore. It was about T.I.'s reaction to finding out on national TV.
That is true.
That's crazy.
And
That'll send a man off a break, man.
I think it became
Another
that.
thing.
Yeah. I think it became the
What I was
point
gonna
of
say
the reaction as well.
of the reaction rather than the actual child.
How he
You're supposed to celebrate the child,
Right.
but it became just this spectacle. And like I say all the time, this generation, you know, I pray for this generation a lot because she doesn't see how serious that moment was, and I don't know when it's gonna take, you know, what and when it's gonna happen. She'll understand how much of a big deal that moment was, and how bad and detrimental that's gonna be to her and Pop's relationship. And then you talk about you want T.I. to accept this man that's in your life that they said is a struggling rapper. He's obviously he's a tight jean sagger or whatever. Is there a name for that?
No.
Like that Lil Wayne look where the jeans don't even fit in the first place, but then you sag them to like your thighs.
It looks like it hits the waist. Yeah.
Well, T.I. said he met him. Hold on. That's what I told you. T.I. met him, so he said he kind of met him. He was cool with him. I just think the way it was done wasn't good. But I want to read the comments before I read the comments, because then you told us to save time for the last part, so we want to make sure there's enough time for you. Okay. So I see anything else?
Oh, I just want to say I don't fault Tiny for what she did because that is her daughter, but I do think she should encourage her.
I just said that.
No.
You don't fault Tiny?
I didn't finish my sentence. She should have encouraged her daughter not to do it live, but I do understand why she didn't tell him about it. Because her and her daughter have been together. It's been just them for a while, so I do understand that. That was like she was torn and she was in the middle. But I would have put my foot down and not been passive aggressive and said, "Well, you can't tell them on live." Yes, but I do understand why she didn't say anything about
That's
it.
my personality. I don't know with Tiny. I don't know. That's a tough one.
She doesn't make a stand even with her man, so she's not going to make a stand even with her daughter. So,
since Zanique was like 6, so he's been there. It wasn't like he was just her and him for like 10, 20 years. But I think since he was like 6 years old, like really young, he was in the picture.
No. He's raised her, yes. But I do understand. It's a tough one.
Yeah. Well, let me read the comments. Stacey says, Stacey Martin. I think that's I think I know Stacey Martin. Or that's your cousin. I don't know. It says not feeling the video. Paula Green said, I didn't think that was cool, talking about the T.I. And then Paula Green said, the flip side, though, she doesn't trust him either, which is also an issue. I don't know if it was about a trust. I think it was like a nervous. I don't know if it was about
But then this is a celebrity family. They live their life in public view anyway. So I guess from the daughter's perspective, this wouldn't be anything different from, you know, the TV show that they had. You know what I'm saying? Like, so they in a whole different space. But when it comes to stuff like this, I can see where it's like, nah, we're not on TV, or we are on TV, but this is something that we don't. This is going on. Like that's a violation. I seen it in his eyes as a father. I felt him. I was like, yo, I wish I could have reached through the computer and been like, yo, bro, I understand, man.
Yeah, indeed so. But so we're moving on. So we have relationship questions. Me and Sartre had asked some questions. The last time we were here, we talked about poly. No, that wasn't you with poly. We were talking about just like men in relationships and dating and cheating and stuff. So we kind of stuck with the relationship thing, but had some other things. We all had good questions. So I'm not going to say who asked what. But the first question is, and then we can just chime in because that's why we're here. How does a woman know a man is in love? That's the first question.
How does a woman know that a man is in love?
Yeah, with her. Let's make that clear.
Well, see, the thing about it for me is that I think that the thing that does women injustice is that there's not a lot of resources for women to learn how a man loves, right? A lot of women only know how they love, and that's how they see love expressed. Men express love differently. So if he's not coochie cool and rubbing on your stomach and pinching your love handles every 30 seconds, you may feel like his attention is somewhere else, or he's more preoccupied with other things, and he doesn't love you as much as you would desire him to love you. But if you begin to research and understand that men love differently, men express love differently, then you'll be able to study and look at his actions that don't necessarily resemble yours. You love a certain type of way. You put your love in your cooking. You put your love in the way you take care of him. Make sure he ain't got no boogers in his nose. Make sure he ain't got no wax in his ears. Stuff like that. Men don't love like that as far as, and now of course we're generalizing because we're talking about millions and millions of people. But in a general sense, men don't check for your earwax and for whether or not you got a booger sticking out of your nose on your nose hair. Men love differently. Men try to provide. Men get overly stressed out when he can't provide for a woman, or his woman is in need and he can't do anything about it. That's why you see a lot of men get out here in these streets trying to feed their kids and all. That's how men are more functional in their love. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that because I can be affectionate, I can show a lot of affection, a lot of soft touch, a lot of affirmation, the different types of love. But I think in a broader spectrum, if you're looking to see where a man's love is and where it dwells, it's going to be functional. It's going to be hands-on, getting things done, whether it's around the house, whether it's outside of the house, whether it's in business, whether it's in community, whatever it is, and he's bringing it all back home to his queen. I think that's what you look for. You don't look for flowers and gifts and all that stuff. If he does that stuff, he's doing it because he know that's the stuff you like. But if it was up to him to show you how he loves you, it would look a little different.
So to ask that, I guess a second question or part B to that is, if there's a situation where a man is not providing, like you said, we're generalizing, is that a sign for a woman if he's not like stepping up and doing what he has to do? Like if she's like doing everything, like paying the bills and doing all that type of stuff?
Well, I mean, because you're talking about whether or not he can. You know what I'm saying? If he can and he doesn't, then that's cause for concern, obviously. But if he can't, then that's not something that you can hold against him if he can't. So if you bringing home all the money and he's struggling trying to get on his feet or whatever the case may be, as we see that's a debate that we have with a lot of black women and men in relationships, is like, if he ain't got no job and he can't provide or bring money home, should I stick it out with him? And a lot of people on one side that'll say, no, I can't deal with no broke man. And a lot of women on the other side that says, I'm gonna ride or die with him, no matter what he's going through. But if he can, but he takes his resources and he takes his attention elsewhere, then that's a red flag in terms of whether or not his love resides with you or somewhere else. If he only make $11 an hour, selling hats on 125th Street, and he bring his $11 an hour home to you, like, what can we get with this? Yeah. Then that's love. He bringing you down 11. Okay. Remember Martin when he was working for the Buffin Balls? And his check was $77.76. You don't remember he was working for the Buffin Balls? Oh yeah. Gina brought him, so he loved her. He loved her enough to work for the Buffin Balls, even though he always wanted to be the boss. But he got there and started buffing floors, making $77 a week, and she bought him a picnic basket. That's how she showed her love, by bringing him food, and he showed his love by giving her his $7. He said, "They're gonna come get my 77." You don't remember that episode?
I remember that. Uncle was bigger than him. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I think I remember it.
Yeah.
So it's about functionality. Men love differently. So I think if a woman is really concerned, like, does he love me? Don't look for him to do things that you would do. Watch for the things that he does as a man.
Right. So, Sasha, do you want to ask one of your questions? You have it.
I agree with Jermaine. I feel like when a man puts the effort into a woman's needs, Because I've had a man that looked at my booger and said I got something in my hair, and they weren't shit, and it wasn't they were in love, but so if a man goes beyond the physical attraction and the compliments every day, which we don't need every day. It's nice, but we don't need it. But you do the hard stuff.
I'll take a compliment every day.
Well, in reality, you need more. I need bills paid than you saying my hair looks nice. I'm sorry. So,
but see, that's what I'm saying. That's what Joe just said. Men know that, so they use that as a tool to get to where they want to get with you. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if I see you for the first time, I meet you at a party at a bar, and I'm like, yo, she need to get her braids done over. I'm not gonna say that because I know to get where I want to get with you, it's better to throw a compliment, even though I don't mean it, even though I think your braids are fuzzy. But I'm gonna walk up and be like, who did your hair? Your hair look kind of tight.
Braids is fresh, but
and look, and that's exactly what Joe would do. Oh, really? You like her? Even though in his mind he like, you do a touch up. You need to get them edges done, girl.
Whatever. I would not do that.
If I knew my hair was busted, I'd be like, boy, bye. You want my number? Because I got me.
That's another topic for another. Because I'm very skeptical now. I'm skeptical, Susie. Skeptical, Sandy. So I don't go for none of that no more.
Yeah.
Like, whatever. You gotta show and prove for me nowadays. It's not the compliment thing. I've developed in my.
And I've been skeptical since I was 3. So
you know what? Oh, so annoying. What
you always say that. You always say you never trust nobody. Like I've always been like, he ain't shit. Like since I was like young, like because it's all bullshit. But if you work hard for me, if we work hard for each other, that is more than us just being cutesy, yeah.
I get like 33, a little late, but better late than never. I
always say in the beginning, just tell the dude your coochie don't work, and if he stick around, then just be like, listen, I can't.
Women don't want that.
What do you mean tell them it don't work?
So that he knows that's not on the table. So if he want to be your friend, so like if he like you for more than just what the possibilities are in bed, then you know that there's a possibility of something that'll be long term. But if he's just auditioning for the WAP, that's the name of the song, right?
Yeah.
So if he's just auditioning for the WAP, I'm gonna start using that. I'm gonna use that. Thanks, Cardi. If he's auditioning for the WAP, then you won't know until after you get the WAP. So tell him the WAP don't work. Be like, listen, Daddy, the WAP ain't working. So
okay. All right. I'm gonna say Daddy before the WAP. Okay, before we even get there, I'm gonna say Daddy because I'm gonna say Daddy before. Okay.
Well, I mean, that's slang, but you understand what I'm saying.
Just kidding.
Just like I would tell a girl up front, I ain't got no job. You know what I'm saying? I'm a struggling artist. I got no money.
Yeah, you ain't getting no play like that.
I ain't getting exactly. That means that.
Like nah. So I see one question. So the second one I didn't see.
I think so. We have comments on the watch party instead of the live.
Oh, okay. Read the comments.
Okay, so that's not it. Sorry, hold on.
Okay, I can read Stacey wants to your mom was saying, hey, Stacey. I didn't see her last name this morning, so I wasn't sure which one it was. That's why. You want to read the comments or should I move on?
Well, move on because they just disappeared, so I have to wait.
Okay. So another question, because I can only see one of your questions. So this is what is your expectation in a relationship for a woman? Like, what do you expect your woman to do in your relationship?
That's the thing. I don't think that like for me, I don't expect for my woman to do what she doesn't already do. I think women are naturally nurturers, and they take care of home, they take care of business, and so that comes natural. But a big part, and I don't know if we're going to talk about that later on, but a big part of my requirements in my relationship is that I'm able to be at peace. And I think that a lot of times in relationships, it's difficult because you're dealing with another human being with a whole nother brain and a whole nother soul and a whole nother spirit that you can't see and you can't read, and so you just have to trust that person has got your best interest in hand, and it can be stressful at times when you doubt that. But don't affect my peace with the fact that you're insecure in that area. Just talk to me. Just ask me. You know what I mean? We grown. We can ask each other questions, hard questions, uncomfortable questions, rather than stomping around with an attitude. And I'm like, yo, what's wrong? Nothing. That messes with my peace. Now I can't get my work done. I'm trying to create. I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying, get my juices flowing. And I'm thinking about the fact that you got a spirit around you right now. You got an attitude about maybe something I did, maybe something I said, maybe I didn't eat all the food. And you thought, oh, maybe you don't like my cooking. Hey, well, no, I just didn't want to eat all the food. But you took it as, no, you usually eat all the food. Today you didn't. Why you ain't just telling me that my greens was nasty? No, I'm just... So now the spirit in the house is off because you didn't express to me that you had a concern or you had an issue with something that I did. And instead of just, handling it, not going to sleep, like the worst is not to go to sleep mad, not to go to bed, anger.
Yeah.
And so that's my expectation. Just protect the peace in the home, talk it out, be grown, and everything else will work out.
So that seems like, I guess, communication is key for you. That's more about communication.
I've already said many a time that I want a hybrid relationship, the kind of relationship that people don't understand. Your girlfriends will get you in the corner and be like, "Why you still with him?" Y'all seem like y'all so different, and that the answer would be we are different. That's why we love each other. Yeah. So when I want to get in her space and I want to get into what she's going through and stuff like that. My son. Sorry. I want to get into her space. I want to say hi to everybody that you hear. He's looking for his charger. He's playing Roblox and all that. Roblox.
Hey,
so, and then sometimes she want to get in my space, in my artistic space. She want to hear my music. She want to, you know what I mean? So we kind of enjoy each other. We don't want to be the same person because that's boring. I'm different. I'm different than she is. She's different than I am, and we enjoy each other's differences. It's not a negative thing.
Before we move on, my mother says, "Why do you have on a hat and jacket on the degrees outside?"
I have an addiction to skull. What do you call them? Skull cats. I have I have a lot of them, so it's just just something. I was working out in 81-degree weather with a skull cap on, so it has nothing to do with the weather.
My explanation about the show. Okay.
Only thing she got out the show and
we're gonna have a conversation after the show. I love you very much. We're gonna move on. So Salsa Ray's question. Oh, let's talk about you want to talk about men expectations, what to expect.
What I expect from men
well, yeah, like chime in because I did all the talking. I would like to hear what you.
I expect communication. That's big for me. I need to be able to talk to you. You need to be able to talk to me. I expect you to be honest, and not everybody's 100% honest. I'm not in a fairy tale, but for the major shit, I need you to tell me everything off the rip. I don't need every detail, but I need to not be embarrassed when shit come up. That's a big thing for me. And I just need you to be a loving, caring person and just have a good heart, and not a get over. I hate a man that's a get over. I don't like that. I need you to be a solid person. The core of you needs to be solid. And that's all I need. I don't ask so much. What about you, Joe?
Respect is key. That's number one. Communication is very, very important. I do. I mean, I don't know if I feel like your mate should be your best friend. Like, it should be nothing that y'all can't talk about. Y'all should be comfortable enough with each other to have the difficult, tough conversations. I'm ambitious, so ambition is something for me. I don't like somebody that's not ambitious. That's a turn off. And compatibility, but for even an understanding, even if we're not compatible, even if we don't agree, that the person is understanding and not judgmental. Because I've been in situations where, like, you're jaded. A man is jaded from his past, so everything I do is up for a debate or an issue. Like I can't take that. So securing myself because I like to go out. I'm a very social person. You gotta trust us. I'm saying where I'm at. Like, just give me the benefit of the doubt before you already assume. Like, let's say I'm at my cousin's house, that you're thinking I'm at a guy's house, things like that. So that's my expectation.
Yeah, I guess like one of the things you said that was key is that he's your best friend, and I think that is the most important thing is to be friends first, to like each other first. You know what I'm saying? Because you can be around people you love and not like them. Like there's family that you love, but you don't like being around them, but you love them, but you don't like being around them. You can't have that a relationship like that doesn't work. I can't love a woman, but I don't like her. So I think this is important to learn to like genuinely want to be around them, want to involve them in your life, want their opinion and want their advice. You know what I'm saying? And then have advice and all of that stuff in the vice versa for them, and so become best friends and then like and love each other. You know what I'm saying? So you can tell stories about your mate that'll make other people laugh. Like my girl, you know, sometimes she fought and she think I don't know. This would be funny to me.
And I think that's what makes the relationship last because, you know, people change, we get older. Bodies change, things don't work anymore. I have to like you and want to be with you and watch a television show with you.
Don't just say things don't work anymore. Say what you're saying, girl.
You know, sometimes women go through menopause at certain ages. Their vaginas dry up. Sometimes men, things don't get as hard as it's supposed to. And I need to be okay with that, sitting in the room with you, knowing that we're not really going to do much tonight but watch Martin. And that's okay with me. You know, that's fine. Okay. I need to be your friend, like Jawanda said. And I love Martin. Yeah, so you have to love it too.
But that's true. I think that's important. You got to, you know, if you're friends, then there's a lot more. You have a lot more in common than your genitalia.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
Now, I don't remember. Let me look up. So I'm going to ask the one question. I got to look for the other one. So Sartori's question was, what is your biggest fear about relationships?
Well, I can say other than the peace thing, it's just that moment that T.I. just went through. Those types of moments. I hate being, you know, the king of my home. Now he the king. It's the king, homie, and you ain't the king in that situation, bro. And the thing about it is he's helpless in that situation. What could he do? You know, now that's just one type of situation. But men, real good men that stay home, men that come home, men that bring that money home, men that, you know, that claim they woman, men that provide for their woman, still have to go through that where, you know, their woman got little things in the cut that concern him, because that concerns him and his family. Okay. I'm not saying you got to tell me when you buy a new bag or a new pair of shoes. That's your business. You've grown. You know, spend your money how you spend your money. But if you're talking about family issues, you're talking about people. So like if you got friends that got stuff to say about me and doing all that, and you know about it, but you lay in bed next to me every night and don't tell me, I think that's a violation. That's what scares me, is that I got a woman in my life that got pockets of secrets, and she's bringing these spirits around me that I know nothing about. I can feel them because I've been through that. My past relationship, I can feel a spirit in the house, but when you ask the woman, it's like nothing. And so it's like, I can't force her to tell me what she's going through or what's happening behind the scenes. I just gotta take it. I gotta pray and just hope that it comes out in a fashionable manner, and it don't blow up and be something violent, something that I can get in trouble for. So those are two big fears: is that it'll risk my peace, and that it'll risk the spirit in my home. Everything else is you know what I mean. We it comes with the territory. It's ups and downs. Sometimes you have money, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you have a place to live. Sometimes you won't. You have lights. You have heat. All of those are like circumstantial. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I say like circumstantial, but it's circumstantial. You know what I mean? You can get past that with your best friend. If I'm my best friend, we can get past not having lights and lighting candles for 2 days until we get the comment paid. But I can't lay next to you every night knowing you keep a secret. That's detrimental.
That's a good point. So, do you want to answer that question?
I think my biggest fear is giving my all and having to start all over if the relationship doesn't work. Like I fear like being blindsided.
Say that.
I don't like that. I don't like being blindsided. And I just don't like to get comfortable with somebody. And we're all human and feelings change every day. You can wake up next to your man and be like, I really don't like you anymore and I want to be out. And that had happened to me before in a relationship. And it wasn't fair to the other person. So that's my biggest fear of just starting over and trusting and being vulnerable to another human being and letting my guard down. That's my biggest fear. And that's about it. And yeah. Oh, and bad breath.
Like she has the nose of what is one of them dogs' name? A Saint Bernard. Like you know how dogs smell cancer and stuff. Like her nose is so. So anybody's breath.
Yeah, my nose is like super little, but I actually have. That's my biggest fear to be like. I don't like that's just.
You're annoying with that. That's really annoying.
Just throwing a little joke in it, you know.
If I'm being vulnerable, which I didn't want to answer the question, but I already do it to you. One of my biggest fears in relationship is actually not having one. Like right now, I'm in this big thing where I'm watching like a lot of YouTube couples, and of course, you know, it's not YouTube is what they show, but I'm watching them, I guess, for like. I don't know. It's like it's these couples I watch and they like do little pranks and stuff and it's like so cute. And I see myself like, you know, saying like, will that, you know, happen for me one day? And if it doesn't, it doesn't because at the end of the day, you know, life is great. I'm healthy. I have ambition. I want to accomplish many other things. But that is one of the things that I just won't have that for myself, what I would want. So. That's my fear.
I wanted to. I guess I asked that question. You like, what do you? How much of a realistic situation do you think these internet relationships are?
I mean, I look at it. I don't look at it as the aspect like, oh, their relationship is so great. I just look at little things that they say. Like, there's these two couples that I watch. Rissa and Quan. They're these really young couple, like young, out of college, living together. They do pranks on each other. But I just look at the foundation of what it is. Like, I don't look at the little aspect of their relationship. I look at the big picture. You know, they're buying a house together. They met at a party. They both went to school, like stuff like that. And then there's another couple. They actually also met in college. This other couple, DeVal and his wife, they met in college. They've been together. They're like my age, but they've been together since they were like 18, like off and on, kind of mostly on. They got married and stuff like that. So I just look at those not as something I want to copy, but as a like I guess an inspiration type. Like I like what they have. So I just look at it like that. But it's not to say like, oh, I want what they have. It's just like, oh, that's a nice foundation, how they met, how they making it work, how they getting money together, like all of that I think about. You know what I mean?
And I like DeVal and his wife because they're real. Like their relationship wasn't golden from day one. He had to like realize that she was the one, and she waited for him. Like she, you know, like that about them.
Right. He went to play ball. They dealt with depression. So that's another thing about like overcoming and things like that. So yeah, that's my answer. Don't like to be vulnerable, but it is what it is. So we're gonna move along. So there is another question that's something that you asked that I don't have. That's what I'm trying to ask. Remember the other one?
I'm trying to like focus on watch party. Well, does anybody else? Let me go out.
Yeah. No. Keep it up because I saw the watch party. No, I found it. You've asked, and I guess we can all answer this question. You asked, would you compromise your happiness for the success of a relationship? What are you doing with the Scully? Why are you?
I don't know. I'm messing with it. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead. What was the question again?
Would you compromise happiness for the success of your relationship? That's the last question.
That's an odd question. Not odd in the sense that it doesn't make sense, but odd in the fact that it's a double negative in the sense that if I'm not happy, then I'm not really in a relationship. You know, I don't know what everyone's definition of a relationship is if we're not relating, if we're not happy, and I'm just doing things so that you don't walk away and you don't put me out, or I don't get mad enough when I leave, but I don't want to be here, but I'm sacrificing what I want, what would make me happy for this. So then what is this? What is this thing that I'm in if I'm not happy? You know what I'm saying?
So, for example, you're into like the music thing, correct? Right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's say your girlfriend or whoever, your wife at the time, got a job in like another city or something, but you are like being successful in New York. You're semi-successful. The job is going to pay more, but she's saying that we're going to move the family and we're going to go to this other city, and you have to put your music career on hold right now. Would you sacrifice that for that moment just to compensate your family? You know what I'm saying?
I guess that's a conversation that I assume we would have had before she even went out for that job, right?
Of course. But
Because
would you?
so if I say, I'm going out and I'm interviewing for jobs outside of our hometown without you knowing, then I definitely wouldn't move.
No, you know about it. This is the conversation that you guys have had.
So basically, what she's
Well, then
asking is, would you put your dreams on hold for the family, for the greater good?
Yeah.
That's hard. That's hard. But yes, I would. I have.
Okay.
I have made sacrifices for the well-being of my son. I've made sacrifices for the well-being of my daughter. But I wouldn't do it for the sake of the relationship itself. I would do it for the sake of the future. Like you said, for now. You're saying, put it on hold for now.
Yeah.
When we get to our new city, we're gonna set you up.
Set up and then you can
find some new connects out there. Yeah, I mean that goes without saying, especially if we in a real relationship.
And when I say relationship, I just don't mean to make you and her happy. I mean the whole foundation to be better. You get what I'm trying to say?
Right. That's why.
Yeah. I'm not saying
why
just
I said that's a conversation. That's a conversation we probably would have had already, extensively, looked at the numbers, looked at the location, looked at, what the future could be, what could we do in a year or two or something like that. The housing markets, and we probably would have done all that research. And then she goes out and looks for these jobs and says, this job is paying me such and such, living here. And, once you get there, you can, set up your stuff and then we'll take off from here. Definitely. I'll do that.
Okay. Yeah. What
But
about
if it's just on some, I'm in my sleep and it's like, hey, we moving to LA. Whoa.
No.
Just lay down about it.
No.
I don't know. I don't know about relationships right now.
Well, hypothetically,
my mind frame in that story. If I'm being honest, I'm not trying to be funny. Like I can't even think. I don't know.
Let me ask you a question. So, I don't know if you can speak for women in general, but when you see a guy that you're attracted to, right? You see him, he's nice, he smells good, whatever women look for when they first meet a guy. Do you look at him as a potential man, or can you see him just as a guy that you could be cool with, and then wait it out if could you see a guy that you're attracted to and not see him as a possible suitor? Just as that's my friend, and regardless of how long it takes for it to, he give you that wink and it's like, okay. Or is it automatically like, that's a nice piece of something like that?
I think it depends. For me, I think it depends.
I don't understand the question.
Are you
if you see
when I see a guy, do I think potential right away, or do I just want to get a piece?
No, potential. Like if you're a single, because you're not single, right?
No, I'm not single. So prior to the relationship,
you look and you see a guy.
I didn't really have expectations right off the rip, but when feelings did get involved, it was like maybe this guy has potential. But the last relationship before this, it was just like a hookup thing. Like, oh, we're gonna chill, we're gonna do this, da da da. But it wasn't like until I got feelings that I thought about more things. No.
Okay, is really good. She's really good at compartmentalizing. So she's
Yeah,
a compartmentalizer. She's good.
I used to think that I've had certain before I got serious with this when I'm with the Keenan one with now. I thought every guy had a job. You know, I felt like no man had everything. So I had my date guy. I had the, you know, blah blah blah, and then that was it. But yeah,
I think sometimes for myself, and after this, we're gonna I want to promo because I don't want to go too over. I think it depends. Like if I like someone, and if I go by vibe, I'm feeling the vibe, but then I'll still also look like, you know, would they make a good mate? And sometimes when the attraction is there, you look past what you know is all right. He's not gonna make a good boyfriend because X, Y, and Z, but I really like him. So I feel like not all women, I speak for myself, can sometimes like look past what you already know, because you know in the beginning, you all know like, all right, would this work? And then vibes, chemistry, connection, all the other stuff get thrown in. And then as women, I feel like women get a little bit, not really men. So yeah, I've done that. Like, oh, I like him, but I don't know, he hasn't had a steady job in 2 years. You know,
you think you can fix it.
when we go out, we have a really good time. Like, I don't know.
We become Miss Indeed.
Right.
For the men, yeah. So yeah.
But because I'm gotten older, like I said, I'm very skeptical right now. So somebody really have to show and prove for me to even put it there. Like right now, I'm not there. So somebody would have to show me something different. And
So can you
consistently for me to be like,
so
oh,
can you function in life without the sort of the fact that you're single?
can I function? Hell yeah, I'm functioning now.
Not function like doing stuff, but in terms of like that not even be a thought.
What you mean? What you mean?
I'm trying to ask it the right way. But like if a relationship is not on your mind right now, like you're focused on your career, you're focused on getting your stuff, you know, to go viral, you're on the grind, you're not even thinking about the fact that you don't have someone special right now. You just focus on your goals. So like if no one reminded you, if no one reminded you, you wouldn't even remember that you're single.
Well, that's what I'm doing
Or
now.
is it a daily thing?
No. I'm keeping myself busy. I'm writing. I'm working on skits. I'm working on editing. I'm working on like the show. I'm working on going back to school. So I'm keeping myself very busy right now. So yeah.
Right. Okay. Because I think that too can be like something that has a sort of a negative connotation on your psyche, is if you wake up every day and you think about the fact that you're single rather than that be an afterthought. You know.
What I think is really quick, I want to go over and I want you to promote your stuff.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's different for women. That's with the sexism. You can be your age and single, and it's fine. A woman who's a certain age and single, when people look at her like, what's wrong with her? That's the stigma. So it kind of forces women to want to be into something because of the stigma that we get from society. Because a 38-year-old man that's single has no stigma at all. A 38-year-old single woman has a stigma. I've heard people say it. Oh, what's wrong with her? Oh, she's this. Oh, she's that. Like, it's always something negative, which you don't get with a 38-year-old single man at all. So that's what it is. I feel like that forces women to go to seek even not being something all the time because they don't want to get stereotyped that something's wrong with them. But that's another topic.
That's what I was gonna say. That's a whole other
it's a big topic.
Yeah, we'll talk about that when you come back. But actually, you're starting a podcast, and we would love to be one of the first guests. So let us know about that and what you're doing.
Of course. You gotta show me how to use this StreamYard thing. I signed up for it. Yeah, I just don't know how it works, and I'm not used to saying that when it comes to technical stuff. But I don't have any idea of how to work it.
Okay, tell us about the podcast. Yeah.
Well, my podcast is the main moment. it's still gonna be like a variety show. I'm gonna do interviews. I do a lot of on location shoots. So I'll take my setup. I have a mobile setup, and I'll do like fitness videos. I'll take you along with me when I'm shopping, dealing with crazy people in the stores. I'm gonna do a segment on COVID and sort of like spy on people who do crazy things during this pandemic. Of course, interviews. I'll do a few kid segments for kids my son's age, my daughter's age.
Okay.
So it's going to be a variety of different segments. And I'll of course I'll let my following know the week prior about the episode coming up, so they know to tune in.
And where can we find you? Like where? Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, what?
Well, it's gonna be Facebook to YouTube. So there's gonna be some episodes that I do live from YouTube, from Facebook, and then I'll do the recast or the replay on YouTube. But
Okay.
all of my links will be on my website, jermaine.net. You can go there if you feel like listening to my music, or just click around, go to my different sites. I got like 12 or 13 of them. I don't even keep up with them, but
You've been promoting them while the show been going on. Very smart. Jazz Life One. That's your Insta. So that's
my Insta. Yeah, that's my Insta. I haven't been on Instagram. I'm not a big picture guy, but I guess the way things are going now, that's kind of the wave. So, got to get me some outfits and get out here and start posing a little bit.
Well, a whole lot of would love to be a part of that, right? You can bless you.
The name of the show was Main Moment.
The Main Moment, as
That's
in
very-
Jermaine,
that's very creative.
Maine.
Very creative.
Yeah.
Very creative. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
good.
So I just
Good job.
shot my very first episode. I shot it today. I think it's pretty funny.
Okay.
It's only gonna get better. I'm only gonna get riskier. It's gonna be a risky show, of course.
We know.
Just treading the line between funny and not going too far, but just to keep people engaged, tackling issues, a lot of serious issues, throwing in a little bit of humor. I think it's gonna be dope. I'm nervous about it, obviously, because I'm jumping in head first, but it's time to do it. I've been procrastinating, and then this whole COVID thing happened, so I couldn't go to the park and interview people. So.
You really have been impressed. You've been talking about it for a minute.
Thanks a lot, Joe. Thank you.
But no, you're doing it now. That's a good job. Thank you so much for coming on our show.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was
Always
fun.
a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
So we're gonna see you guys next week with a whole lot of topics
A whole lot of gossip.
and a whole lot of fun.
Bye, guys.